I've got the new Acer C7 Chromebook in hand. This device is now available for $199 on the Google Play Store in the UK and the US. I have two other Chromebooks, one I've purchased and one that's another review unit, so we'll give you a little comparison and show you what you get for $199. First of all, you obviously get the Acer Chromebook. It's all plasticky, but the build quality seems pretty good. I'll give you a quick tour of the hardware in a second. You get a small battery. Now this device only gets 3.5 hours of battery life, and this is a good reason, or a good part of the reason as to why that is. This is a 14.8 volt, 2500 milliamp, 37 watt hour battery for those who care. Much less battery capacity than the other Chromebooks that are available on the market today. So let me pop this in the back. This is like my old netbook days, this reminds me of. Slide that in, and there you go, it's in. There's also a little latch here that if you stick a pen or something, you can undo the latch and take the battery out. So, let's see, what else is in the box here? You get your power adapter, fairly long cord here, and interestingly, because this will probably be sold in various countries with different electrical needs in terms of the jacks, this comes with a US plug that you literally just kind of screw in here. And there it is. And I would imagine that the UK model would have a different little screw-in plug there, but you can make it go vertical or horizontal, depending on which is better for you. So there you go. Now, let's just talk about the size of this device and the weight before I actually get into the device itself. The reason being, I've got two other Chromebooks here. This is the Series 5 550 that I purchased about 5 months ago. I use this as my everyday full-time computing machine. And then this is a review unit of the ARM-based Chromebook from Samsung, which is a Series 3. So Series 5, Series 3, and then we've got the C7 from Acer. The Acer seems to be a bit of a blend of the two. Now this is 3 pounds. It has a hard drive in it, 320 gig hard drive, no flash memory like the others. It has a slightly slower Intel Core, although it's really a Celeron processor inside than the Samsung, about 20% slower, and speed tests have shown to be about 20% slower in terms of performance. So it is slower than the Samsung that I purchased, which has the also Intel chip inside, but it is faster than the ARM-based processor Chromebook that I have as a review unit, if that makes any sense. This also has 2 gig of RAM, like the ARM. The other Samsung that I bought has 4 gig of RAM, so that may also explain the difference. So, size-wise, and again this gets back to kind of a combo of between form factors here. The Acer is in the middle, and it's roughly the same thickness as my Samsung Series 5. The ARM Chromebook is on the top, and it is certainly thinner. But when you look at the footprint or form factor itself, the ARM and the Acer are about identical in terms of footprint because they both have 11.6-inch screens. This one has a 12.1-inch screen, so larger display, same resolution, actually slightly different resolution I should say, but it's a little bit bigger in terms of footprint. So, now, let's power this guy up. Now we've got the battery in here, and just like other Chromebooks, as soon as you open it up, it starts to power on. You can see the light here. While it's booting up, I will tell you that what you can already see, it's a very glossy screen. Over here are my lights for my office. Over here is where you are. Wave to yourself. Hello. It's very glossy. Having said that though, the 1366 by 768 display I find to be slightly crisper and sharper than my other two Chromebooks that I have right now. So for what that's worth, if you don't like glossy, you're not going to like this one. Pardon me while I just sign into the Google. And it should sign us in, connect to my Wi-Fi and so on, and then maybe you get a feel for the screen. And what's she doing? Ah, okay, I was last on Amazon, so that's what's going on there. In any case, the screen viewing angles aren't too bad, but again, you've got that gloss. So here I can see myself. That's pretty scary. One of me is more than enough. Too much for some. Let's see, we've got the keyboard here. I like what Acer's done here because we finally have on a modern Chromebook a caps lock key. That's fantastic. We also have more function keys up top that are dedicated to different Chrome OS functions. We've got some extra navigation keys here for page up, page down and such. I like the keys, very similar to the Samsung. Chiclet keys, A little bit smaller, I think, because they're more crammed in here. However, I've had no problems typing. Trackpad, I'd say, is comparable to the others. It's about sized like the ARM-based Chromebook, and it works perfectly fine. Double taps, no problem. Using the buttons down here, it's really one giant trackpad, but using the buttons down here works perfectly fine. So, you know, I set this up this morning as soon as I got it, and this is one of the oft overlooked benefits of a Chromebook. Since I was already on a Chromebook, or if I had been using Chrome OS, setting this up took all of 2 minutes. Sign into Google, and everything comes over. Open tabs, passwords, favorites, so on and so forth. So, let's see, we'll go through real quick what's on the sides here as I close it down to sleep. We've got a full Ethernet port here, VGA, HDMI out, and a USB port right here. That's a regular speed USB 2.0. There's nothing on the back. We've got a Kensington lock here. We've got 2 more USB ports. These are USB 2.0 also. The ARM-based Chromebook actually has on the back side a blue USB 3.0 port. This one has no 3.0 ports, but does have 3 ports. You've also got your power input, and you've got your headphone jack right here. Got a couple lights in the front, just for power consumption and so on. On the bottom, we've got the 2 speakers, which are quite loud, and we've got this removable panel. I wonder if you can actually upgrade the RAM on here, since it only has 2 gigabytes of RAM. I don't know for sure. There's a sticker here that will void the warranty, and since it's a review unit, I am not going to take that panel off. I may ask Acer or Google about that, however, because I think that could help with performance just a tad. So, other than that, so far, for $199, if you're willing to give up some of your battery life, I don't see this as a bad deal at all. I could also see some people trying to turn this into like a Linux computer. Again, for $199, you know, what do you have to lose? You also have an HD video camera up here. None of the other Chromebooks yet have that. Camera quality was pretty good on a call this morning. So, you know, if you've recently purchased a Chromebook, which I have for $449, I don't see that it makes sense to upgrade, at least based on what I've seen so far. But if you're interested in a Chromebook at all, and you don't mind the fact that it has 3.5 hours battery life, it also has a 320 gig hard drive, as opposed to a 16 gig flash drive the other 2 have. As long as you don't mind that, or maybe you want the extra space, I don't know. $199, I really don't see how you can go wrong. Looks pretty good. I'll be using this some more as my full-time device.